Week number 9 showdown. St. Louis to kick it away. And Houston with the return. The two-lane man, Lawrence Keys. And Keys will take it to the 33-yard line. That will set up Hunter Dekkers, his third game back from a shoulder injury suffered in week number 2. Houston, much different with Dekkers at quarterback.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago against Orlando, they had over 400 yards of offense, 415. It was not the case a week ago. They got the win, and Hunter Dekkers did enough to get this Houston team on the winning side. But they got outgained in that game massively. Only 200 yards of offense for this team, and let's just say most of the drives, 6 of their drives ended in 3 and outs.
Here's Marcus Yarns finding a seam left side and rumbling to the 50-yard line. Number 1 in the UFL at more than 5
snug
yards
left
per
Alaska.
carry.
Line up right in it. Just line up in snug left Alaska.
Line up.
Alaska. Snug left. Alaska. Line up. Snug left.
Snug left Alaska.
Snug.
Well, they continue to get so-and-so the dang ball theme. Yarns only 2 carries last week in the win for the Gamblers. He is the most electric running back in the UFL.
Here we go. Get set. Right, it's on.
One play, Gamblers now in Battlehawks territory. The lefty will throw for the first time. And looking for John Trey Kirkland, incomplete. Luke Barku in coverage.
Yeah, I was looking at him.
It's a nice job of sticky coverage by St. Louis defensively, but I like the first play going to Marcus Yarns. It's been a while. It's been a while since he's had a big game. But you mentioned his explosiveness out of the backfield can create some big plays in the run game and take some of the pressure off of this pass game that relies on timing and short passes.
From the 49, Dekkers to the flat and complete to the 40-yard line. Once again, Kirkland this time on the catch.
Hey. Get set, Jack, get set, go. Right.
Houston has broken the 50. They cannot punt on 4th down. Here comes the pressure, and down goes Hunter Dekkers. All the Battlehawks on hand. Sean Fresh and Peter Tumulpenu, of course, in on the sack.
I couldn't see you.
Peter's out here, and he's just going to loop inside, and because the offensive linemen are working out because of the threat, he just goes right up the middle and is able to sack Hunter Dekkers, and it's the worst-case scenario for this Houston offense because of what you said, Lowell. Past the 50, cannot punt on 4th down.
Ball spotted just behind the 50, but they have to go for it. Dekkers, first down yardage, but the pass is incomplete as he was looking for Lawrence Keys. At 3rd down TFL, sack on Dekkers sets up St. Louis's offense.
And you see the rules, the new rules in the UFL this year coming into effect. As you mentioned, they were on their own side of the 50, but once you cross it, it's like breaking the glass. You can't put the glass back together. Once you cross it and break that glass, there's no punting.
Luis Perez going up against Kevin Sumlin. Quarterback whisperer in his own right. Perez, his 3rd start since the Battlehawks traded for him mid-season. St. Louis 1-1 with Perez at the controls. Going to the ground. This is something that St. Louis does not do a ton, although Jarvion Howard is the number 1 leading rusher in the UFL. John Joyner with the stop.
It's a really nice job by Rashard Lawrence in the middle, using his hands, getting in the backfield, and forcing Kirkland to go sideways. But Luis Perez, the Spring King, traded from the Dallas Renegades earlier this year, still getting his feet wet in this offense.
I think the Renegades would like to have him back at this point. Closing in on 6 straight losses as Howard eclipses the 50. So now St. Louis is in that no punt territory.
Little new formation there for the Battlehawks as well. You saw Akeem Butler in the slot. Talked to A.J. Smith, offensive coordinator, before the game, said they're going to try him more there in this game, try to force feed him the football, but acting as a puller on the counter play there. So not sure if he's used to that. When I asked him before the game how much he lined up in the slot, he goes, bro, I won Offensive Player of the Year lining up in the slot. That's why I got drafted.
As Cole said, there he is, right there in the slot.
I bet Matt Campbell didn't ask him to pull too much, though.
No, not at all.
Go.
3rd down from the 50 for Perez. Going to swing it to Howard, and Howard will try to evade the tackle, cannot. He's down at the 45, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, it's just a little mesh concept, and then you get Jardion Howard out of the backfield. Gamblers do a nice job of picking up the receivers, and a good open field tackle by Kerry Vincent Jr. to force a 4th down.
Outstanding job.
Ready to go.
Got to make the 40. Perez feeling the pressure, and he gets it there. Get him the dang ball. Akeem Butler, his first catch of the night.
Well, there's off coverage with Akeem Butler and the defender, and it just gives him a ton of space. If you're defending that, you've got to know where the sticks are as he's lined up in the slot. You got to know exactly where he's got to get to on the first down and drive on that ball quicker than what happened on that play.
And from an offensive standpoint, that's day one install. We used to call it a Dallas concept. You have a stick, a flat, and a go route outside. Easy as 1, 2, 3.
Back to the ground. And this is Kylan James strung out and forced out at the 40-yard line.
Red.
As Major Burns forced him out.
Okay, trips right, flop. Trips right, flop. 581 X snag F wheel across. Trips right, flop. 581 X snag F wheel across.
Hey, 591.
Two guys that absolutely love spring football, Luis Perez and A.J. Smith. This is their first season working together.
Ready to go.
Perez threw it 47 times a week ago. This is what they wanted to avoid. Rashard Lawrence, the sack dance for the man out of LSU.
Well, the reason they call these guys dancing bears is because of how nimble they are. Lawrence is going to work to the outside and then spin back inside off the guard. And this is a man that is 300+ pounds. 312 is what he's listed at. Here's what it sounded like.
Oh. Didn't look good either. 3rd and 19 for Perez. He's just going to check this one down to James, and James takes the 40-yard line. And another one of the situations where you have to go for it on 4th down since you broke the 50-yard line.
And this is one of those situations where if Houston has 2 safeties deep,
860, double chip,
then you're looking at some place other than Hakeem Butler, most likely, although he's lining up in the slot now. But if you get one-on-one coverage, and it looks like you're going to get man-to-man coverage, I try and find 88.
It was Butler on the last 4th down. Perez looking left, pressure in his face to James, and James is dropped by Major Burns. Fantastic solo tackle for another Bayou Bengal. St. Louis got that first 4th down, could not get the second. No score with the playoff spot on the line for the Battlehawks. St. Louis needs a win to secure one of the 4 playoff spots. Houston will try to spoil the party like the Gamblers did against these Battlehawks in St. Louis a week ago. Lowell Galindo here with Roddy Jones, Cole Kublik, and Harry Douglas join us from the sideline. Hunter Deckers, former Iowa State Cyclone, floating this down the sideline, looking for Javonte Payton, and a flag is down with Luke Barku in coverage. And Barku is down hurt.
Yes.
What did he call interference?
Pass interference defense number 0. Now he's down, he's hurt.
It's pass interference defense number 0. My mic didn't go over the stadium. I don't know if it went outside, but pass interference defense number 0. Spot foul, automatic first down. We got it right down here.
It's going to happen down here at the bottom of your screen. Just a little fade route. Barku was all over the receiver. No doubt there on Javonte Payton. And then you can see at the end after he hits the ground.
I think he may like tweak the hammy and then it's holding on for dear life in the middle of that route, Roddy.
I completely agree, Cole.
Barku, fantastic player out of San Diego State, where he was a semifinalist for the Thorpe Award. 2019, an outstanding year, 9 interceptions to lead the nation.
This is already a St. Louis defense that's a little thin in the secondary. Miles Sims being out. Going to get Keelan Kennedy coming in.
In the dome, 23-16. Deckers was excellent, helping Houston build an open lead. This is why the scramble drill complete to Jalen Moreno-Cropper, the former Dallas Cowboy, complete for 27 yards.
Well, he's right here in the slot. He's just going to keep working on a deep over route. And Hunter Deckers does a nice job of just finding enough room to navigate outside the pocket. And because Moreno-Cropper is behind the linebackers, there's no safety to be seen. That corners run off, you get a big gain.
Moreno-Cropper, 3 games with the Cowboys this past season. Lawrence Keys in motion. Deckers will go to him. To the 10-yard line, cuts inside, and is brought down. But Houston is now starting to move. The offense is different with Hunter Deckers in charge.
It is, and a lot of it is just the composure in the pocket, his ability to move and create down the field, extend plays. But he also gets the ball out pretty quick and neutralizes some of the advantages that these defensive lines often have in this league. This team was 1-3 when Hunter Deckers was hurt. With a big win a week ago, he has looked a lot better.
Low snap, Decker picks it up, fires to the end zone. Toe tap, touchdown, Javonte Payton.
Only 1 foot needed down in the UFL to make it a touchdown. That ball is secured. Does he get the foot down? He does, and it's the second line. This is a soccer line. This is the back of the end zone, and it is a touchdown. What a throw by Hunter Deckers after dropping that football. And a nice route by Jontre Kirkland to get open first and foremost, and then a nice job getting the foot down in the back of the end zone.
If you had Payton as an anytime score, cha-ching, you just cashed in. Extra point is up, and it is good. It's his 7 playoffs, top 4 go. But to do that, they need to get this win over Houston, who has stake claim to an early 6-0 lead, as that's a major mistake as the kickoff sails straight into the end zone. So the Battlehawks will have fabulous field position. A 6-0 lead after Hunter Deckers dealt with the low snap, picked it up, found Javonte Payton in the back of the end zone, and the former Tennessee Volunteer toe tap for the touchdown, and he's now with Harry.
Yep. Yeah, here with wide receiver Javonte Payton, 7-yard touchdown catch. This is a soccer stadium. Any confusion about the lines or where to get your feet in on that touchdown catch?
No, honestly, yeah, it do look a little confusing once you looking at the lines. You see after I caught it, I immediately looked down because it's about 2 different lines in the back of the end zone. So it is a little bit confusing, but you know you got to know where you at on the field at all times. So.
Thanks, bud.
Yep.
And the former black shirt star from Nebraska, Quentin Newsom, read that screen like a book for the TFL.
Sure did. So there was a couple of defensive linemen as well who were all over that right away. St. Louis offense looking for its legs, having shuffled quarterbacks for a lot of the season after Brandon Silver's injury early in the year.
Ready to go.
Both Harrison Frost and Brandon Silvers were 2-1, but St. Louis felt more upside with Perez. Floats it into the hands of his tailback, Jarvion Howard, former SWAC star out of Alcorn State. And that is Marvin Sanders, DC.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, hey, let's go. Over, wide, steal it. Over, wide, steal it. Over, wide, steal it. Hey, you're gonna get a sail
Sanders'
route.
defense
Get inside more 2-6.
haunted Perez on 3rd down last week. St. Louis just went 2 for 11, 0 for 2 on the opening drive. Got to get to the 50, Perez. Dancing. He doesn't do this a lot, but when he does, it's effective every time.
How about the nimbleness of the quarterback? He's going to get some pressure from the left side. He does a nice job of sliding, feeling it, sliding to his left, and then taking advantage of an open lane. It's man-to-man coverage. Everybody's running with the receiver. And Luis Perez turns on the 31-year-old Jets for the first down.
They got some athleticism in that family. His father, Juan, former professional soccer player in Mexico. Howard again. Man, this is a sledgehammer of a running back for St. Louis. Cole, really seems like the Battlehawks have wanted to establish the run early.
They have, and they struggled last week with movement up front defensively. So when that defensive line would slant or gap replace, they had trouble sticking on their double teams, and I think that's why you see a linebacker just freed up right there in the A-gap to be able to make that tackle one-on-one. Houston doing a nice job getting ball carriers to the ground today as well.
It's a great point by you, Cole. Eugene Asante met Jarvion Howard in the hole, and he did not go anywhere. He's done a nice job in the open field that time, a nice job in the box.
Perez to Peasy. This is Ja'Cour Pearson. A.J. Smith, the offensive coordinator for St. Louis, talked to us this week about not being efficient enough. Pearson with a ton of targets, not enough catches.
Well, he mentioned us. They've got a lot of guys with a lot of targets. Mentioned Ja'Cour Pearson. Obviously, Hakeem Butler. Last week, Stephen McBride had 15 targets go his way, but none of them, one of the top catchers in terms of receptions in the league, said they have to be more efficient in the pass game.
First and 10 play action for Perez. And back to his tailback. Kevon Latulis is going to take it close to the line to gain. There is a flag down back at the 35.
Yeah, I got 76. My flag is, come in.
Let me hear what you're saying. So open mic. Open the mic.
Open it up, guys.
I had 76 downfield. I had the ball cross.
I would say it got touched beyond. Yes.
Okay. All right, so we got illegal downfield, 76. He loves me downfield.
Beyond the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat first down.
Those are killers. Certainly were for St. Louis last week. 12 penalties, which was a season high.
Well, there he is downfield. That's Richard Garage. He actually ends up a little bit further. And the good distinction, the line of scrimmage is right there. And so if that ball is caught behind the line of scrimmage, it's like a screen pass. So it's allowed, but you can clearly see Kevon Latulis past the line of scrimmage, which makes it a legal man downfield.
My question would be why? That clearly was not a run play.
Great
Just miscommunication there on his part.
Perez will throw. You want miscommunication? You got it. Harry, what happened there?
Well, you caught me off guard, Lowell.
Oh,
that's what happened.
I'm sorry. He was trying to go to Hakeem Butler, but Butler wasn't even looking.
No, he wasn't. And the safeties who drives on this, I mean, he is all over it. Hakeem Butler was not expecting the ball to come out that quick.
Well, number one, he's patting his feet at the top of a route. Stick your foot in the ground and get to the out route. The quarterback is trying to get the football out of his hands. There's no reason to get up there and stomp a roach at the top of your route. Get out of it clean so the quarterback has a clean receiver to throw it to.
Perez, middle of the field, the interception. Major Burns, his second straight week, picking off Luis Perez. There is a flag down, though, back where the interception was made.
Pass interference, defense number 25.
Pass interference, defense number 25. The ball will be placed to the spot of the foul with an automatic first down.
That's against Glendon Miller, who had the PBU on the previous play.
Now, Lowell, maybe they got the number wrong, calling it on Glendon Miller.
He's not even throwing it to
but I did not see pass interference.
He's not even throwing it
on Glendon Miller down the field. I mean, I thought maybe you could have called it on Major Burns as he kind of had his arm near one of the other receivers, but.
What happened?
We got an injury, so we probably have.
Huh? I was just gonna go quick. NASCAR
So
Zelda.
this is the one that I thought you could get. That's Major Burns lined up against Frank Darby. I mean, that would be real ticky-tack. I don't think that's pass interference, to be honest with you. Darby gives up on the route. I certainly don't think it was on Hakeem Butler and Quentin Newsom, who was covering him. So they obviously misidentified the number. The question is, where was the pass interference? And if I'm Houston, I mean, that's a big turn of events.
And we saw that was Glendon Miller, the former Maryland ball hawk, that was limping off the field.
And I want to go to Mike Pereira. Mike, could Houston challenge the fact that there was no flag on the play, thus trying to reinstate the interception?
Sure they could. There's no question of that. And you actually see that little bit of the grab of the shoulder. But, you know, it's interesting to me because one of you just said it's like he gave up on the play. Even though the defender kind of swings around, there is a bit of a grab. I think maybe it's a good decision not to challenge it.
Okay.
Perez, and for the first time, it's his old buddy Sal Cannella, the former Auburn tight end, signed this week, comes up with his first catch as a Battlehawk.
Yeah, I appreciate Mike Pereira telling us that he thought it was a good decision for them not to challenge it because he's the one who would make the decision on whether or not it's overturned. So basically, he's shutting it down, saying,
listen to him.
You know, there's enough there, and I don't think we'd overturn it. So probably a good decision by the Gamblers. A little unfortunate there. That you had that little grab.
Hurry up, easy.
Picked off Perez twice last week. One was a pick six by Vincent.
Get up.
Perez directing traffic, keeping the play alive and incomplete. Pearson was the closest man there.
Luis Perez had Ja'Cour Pearson really early on in that play. If he'd have seen it and gone to him quick. Question is, what do they go to now? How can they find a way to convert here on a 3rd and long?
Hey, 53. On one, ready? White swirl, Trey, white swirl. 53.
Inside the 30, especially inside the 20. Problematic for the Battlehawks in the loss to the Gamblers last week. Where does Perez want to go on a 3rd and 6? Standing tall in the pocket, he went to his favorite receiver, Sal Cannella, and was broken up by Roman Perotti, former Ohio Bobcat.
Sal Cannella just does a really nice job at the top of this route, pushing into the defender and then coming back to the ball to create that little bit of separation. He gets lined up against Perotti, and you can see he uses the body at the top of that route to push off, but then Perotti's able to recover and knock the ball away. I thought it was a nice job by Cannella, but an even better job by the defender being able to punch it out.
43-yarder for Ramez Ahmed. He was a student at UNLV in Arizona State, not playing football, transferred to Nevada, and a week before the start of the regular season, won a student tryout for the kicking job. This one slides to the left, so now a missed field goal and an extra point from the kickers in the Louisville Columbus 6 on Fox. John Rice Plumbley, now the quarterback for the Gamblers. Marcus Yarns gets his 2nd carry. Plumbley, saw him play a little bit a week ago, 2 for 3 through the year. Very athletic quarterback, as Hunter Deckers is on the sideline.
But I would ask you guys, what do you think about this decision right now? Because I thought last week when they made that decision, I didn't feel like it was a good win at that junction of the game. Touchdown drive by Hunter Deckers. They bring in John Rice Plumbley. They punt the football. Another touchdown drive by Hunter Deckers in this ball game, and you bring in the other quarterback.
It feels like something that was predetermined, Harry. Like maybe on the 4th series of the game, John Rice Plumbley is going to get a possession no matter what. I do agree. I thought Hunter Deckers was cooking a little bit. You know, I thought he was feeling pretty good. Moving the offense down the field. You wonder if it's going to take this offense out of any rhythm.
Yes, just run.
He did earn one of the great nicknames I've ever heard in college for his dual sport ability at UCF. They called him Bro Jackson because he was a baseball and football standout for the Knights.
I mean, come on. Spring practice at
Roddy Jones, Cole Kubelik, and Harry Douglas on the sideline for Houston. The Gamblers have a 6-0 lead. This is what Plumbley does. Oh my goodness. Cole, he was trying to run some dudes over down there.
I watched a lot of John Rice Plumbley at Ole Miss and Central Florida. I don't know if I saw him put his head down and try to go north-south as a runner like this. Just design quarterback sweep and an excellent job of kind of faking that pitch with the one hand out wide and then getting upfield.
Yeah, I think he had the option to pitch it off that in man on the line of scrimmage. You actually did a nice job of stringing it out, but Plumbley attacks the inside shoulder, forces him to make a decision, is able to cut up and get the first down.
Now he's going to let the running back churn and burn. Marcus Yarns, speed to the outside and lasso down at the 10-yard line. The former Delaware Blue Hen going off.
Well, you're going to get 2 great blocks, one by the center this way and the other by the guard on this outside zone play. You get a tackle pulling around. A really nice job of wrapping by the tackle, getting up to the linebacker, and then Marcus Yards, he gets in the open field. He is dangerous.
They go back to him. Not much happening here. That last pickup, though, 42 yards for Marcus Yards. His first carry of the night for 19. This is 1 week after he had a season-low 2 carries in a win for Houston against St. Louis. This is that rare back-to-back facing the same team in a 2-week span.
And the running element of John Rice Plumbley, a big reason why they continued this drive. And then Houston has taken advantage of it, giving him a different look.
Plumbley in trouble. Tamupeno almost got him. And the forearm throw down by Keelan Kennedy. Bad news for the Houston receiver.
Well, the pressure comes right here from Peter Damoe Penu. But then John Rice Plumbley scrambles out and tries to get it out to Justin Hall and throws what we can only call a hospital ball, because man, oh man, this is a big hit that happens on the receiver. It's a terrible feeling, and the quarterback's off balance, so being led up the field is understandable a little bit, but that was dangerous.
That's no way.
Peter, too. Not many people at that position can play the running back and also the quarterback at the same time.
And timeout Houston. That's a rude awakening to Justin Hall, the leading receiver in UFL history. He got rocked by Kennedy. Kevin Sumlin, former A&M and U of H head coach, has just called for the timeout.
So, that was just a hit to the chest, huh? All right. Wow. All right. So now, here we go. So if we're 4th and short, go ahead. Yep. If it's 4th and short, we're going for it. I don't give a fuck. All right? Fuck this kicker. And then if it's 4th and 2 or less, you gotta expect 0. All right, we're gonna go for it. Okay. All right.
Kevin Sumlin, not a huge fan of the kicking game, shall we say.
I might have a new favorite coach in the league.
He wants to let this one fly. Plumbley dancing. Tamupeno nearly got him, throwing on the run and off the fingertips of Kirkland. Now, do you go to the kicker? And it looks like John Hoyland is coming out. Harry, do you think he knows what his coach just said?
Not at all. And I'm hoping he never knows.
Some things that coaches say are not for players' ears, and
literally,
we should just stay naive.
It seems like it's the specialist that gets it the worst.
Rightfully so.
I would just say for John Hoyland, do not watch the TV copy of this game, but watch the coach's film.
All-time leader in field goals made in Wyoming history. This from 28 yards out. Love the kicker. I mean, John Hoyland is a beast. He can't be stuck.
Dalmu Apenu. When John Rice Plumbley comes in the game, number 9 at quarterback, he was leaving the pocket early. How does that change how you operate as an edge rusher?
I mean, every time I'm on the field, I make sure my guys win the same mindset as far as like containing him, keeping him on the, in the pocket, and don't let him get out. He like to run around a little bit, but we just got to get out there in the backfield and hit him.
What about that little fake option he gave you on the first play he was in? Have you seen that?
Which one? The fake option over there?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, sometimes we call it blitz, and sometimes I have a responsibility. So, sometimes I don't have to chase him. I had to take the running back or, so I'm just trying to do what my coach want me to do and do it to the best of my ability.
Thank you, Peter.
Yeah, let's keep working.
Peter moved from Tonga to Utah when he was 17 years old. Really didn't know too much about American football. Didn't even know what the positions were called, but he saw Clay Matthews, who he described as a buff guy with long hair, killing quarterbacks. He said, I want to do that. Here's a return from Gary Jennings. There is a flag down on the play.
That's 9. That's good.
You have that on 9? And
yes, I have it on 9.
Okay, 9. Okay.
Let's move
Reverse takedown. Number 9. Okay.
9.
Number 9.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
During the return, holding return team number 9. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. It's first down, St. Louis.
Cleveland's had to rely on James Harden to carry him at times. I agree. I'm just saying, Knicks fans, there's a lot of them. They come out of the woodworks when they're good.
It's one here right now with his full Knicks gear in the stands in Houston, Texas.
Told you.
Perez back to work and finding the slanting Blake Jackson, former D3 National Championship quarterback at Mary Hardin Baylor.
That's Blake, that's Blake, that's Blake.
Go red, red, red. Punch left, punch left. 52, H corner, Z dig. Punch left, 52, H corner, H corner. Hey, you got the snag. H. Scoot in, Keem, scoot in. Your bunch.
Hey, scoot in, Blake.
Keem Butler, leading receiver by yards in UFL history. Just one catch tonight. Only had 6 in the previous 2 games with Perez at quarterback. Perez looking downfield to Stephen McBride. A flag is down, but McBride cuts it up to the 50-yard line, pending the flag down.
Illegal contact.
Number 1, they're going to decline it. Number 1.
Illegal contact, defense number 1. That penalty is declined. Result of play is a first down.
That's against Damon Arnett, former first-round pick by the Raiders back in 2020.
It's going to happen down here where you get the in-breaking route. Damon Arnett can do nothing against a guy in Stephen McBride, who we said earlier, 15 targets a week ago, ended up with 8 catches for 116 yards. Nice job fighting through the contact. The corner falls down. Luis Perez slides around, eventually finds one of the receivers who's been the bigger emergers of this season.
Truly one of the breakout players. And Blake Jackson, just an old head in the UFL. Cole, it seems like year after year, Jackson's making plays.
There's no doubt. And it's the one beautiful thing about this offense. It is first in the air raid. It doesn't have to be designed to go to an individual receiver. Coming into this game, by the way, Frank Darby was who A.J. Smith told me they wanted to try to get going, try to get more involved. But a guy like Blake Jackson, if he's finding the matchups, obviously Luis Perez is going to be able to feed him.
Hey, go to 28. Viper. Ready to go.
2nd and 4 for the Spring King. 5-man rush and complete on the flat. And Stephen McBride started his career at Kansas, wrapped it up with a stellar final year at Hawaii. Moves the chains.
That's one of the things they did a great job of last week, taking advantage of free access. That means the cornerback is off about 7 or 8 yards and just taking what the defense gave them last week. They just had success on that last play with McBride.
Harry, is this offense better when they're not force-feeding Butler?
It depends. It depends on the matchups that you have with them, but it is designed to go to the open guy.
Pearson, the open guy. Not the biggest guy, but somehow finds a way at 5'7", 182. Wrapped up his career at Ole Miss.
You saw Ja'Cour Pearson go in motion out and then come back in. You get a couple of crossers, a lot of trash for the defenders have to fight through to cover the speedy slot receiver.
And if you remember, Roddy, early in the year for this Houston Gamblers defense, they struggled with crossers, passing things off, not communicating very, very well. Great job by A.J. Smith on that last play. Getting Ja'Cour Pearson, one of the better receivers across the football field on the move, as he's one of the fastest guys in the UFL.
Blitz pickup by Latulis. Pearson with the catch. He lost the football. Gamblers scoop it up to the 10-yard line and carry Vincent Jr. Harry, what did you say he did to Perez last week?
Made life a living hell for him.
Had the pick 6 against Perez last week. Eli Walker forces this one out. Vincent scoops it up.
Well, it's such a good individual route to start by Ja'Cour Pearson, who just gives a head fake to the outside, slips in. Luis Perez finds him, but then ball security. And look, you have to commend the defense of Houston, never giving up on the play. I mean, you get the ball punched out from behind by Eli Walker, who just continues to fight.
Next play, you're good. Don't even think about it no more.
Leadership right there from Luis Perez.
Monday.
Deckers checks back in after Plumbley handled the last drive. Gamblers on the ground. And the open field stop made by Miles Sims out of Georgia Tech. Kerry.
Yeah, I'm here with Eli Walker. Great job not giving up on the play. What did you see from behind that allowed you to punch it out?
So we had man coverage right there. They give us a switch call. He kind of beat me a little bit. But I seen my teammate Six, he secured a tackle, and the ball was a little loose, so I gotta punch out of it. So, you know, that's what we taught in practice. One secure the tackle, the other one punch it out. So it's just something that we practice and execute it on the game.
You guys did a great job last week creating takeaways. You got one today. You've been great on third downs. What must you do to get this win today?
We're not done yet. We're not done yet. Keep making plays. Keep turning over the ball. Our D-line, our front step, they're going to keep hunting. So we're not done yet, though. We just get started.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Mr. Walker.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Eli Walker, an absolute dog for Kansas State in his college days.
Yes, he was. And I love that he talked about, you know, the fact that he got beat a little bit. He's a little bit more than a little bit he got beat by. But he stayed in the play. And he saw an opportunity and took advantage of it. It's what this Houston defense does so well.
But they've gone backwards for 2 yards. And nearly a safety, throwing it out to his tight end as Damone Harris had the pressure on Hunter Deckers. And that's going to force a 3 and out. Here comes the punt team.
Just phenomenal job by the defense of St. Louis having their offenses back.
And they're going to get the ball back a good field position, Harry. I mean, it's a sudden change opportunity where you're thrust in there immediately when your offense has some rhythm and some success. Have a big play. You come up with a big stop. Really nice job.
That's the thing, Brady. You talk about situational football. Well, sudden change is situational football.
Sean Fresh, H-Town kid, played his college ball at Rice. His first return last week went for 50 yards, not nearly as much there. Battlehawks need a spark. They need a win as well to get into the UFL playoffs. Down 9.
Here's some Battlehawks head coach Ricky Prohl with me. Felt like some things starting to open up offensively. Do you see sort of that door cracking for maybe things to bust up?
Yeah, we just got to settle down, quick game, get the ball in a playmaker's hands, let them make plays. Started to do too much. They got a good defensive front. They're putting pressure on their quarterback, and that's why we're trying to get the ball out quick and make some plays.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
And just a really interesting dynamic with the St. Louis offense this year. Ricky Prohl, a great receiver in his playing days. More of a background in the West Coast. He hires A.J. Smith, who has the background in almost a hybrid between the air raid and the run and shoot. And it's taken some time for everybody to get on the same page.
It has, and Ricky Prohl admitted that he had a lot to learn with these offenses and that there were times where there's so many options for these receivers based on what the defense does. Sometimes he wasn't even sure what the receivers were going to do. So they've simplified things with a new quarterback in Luis Perez.
St. Louis needs a win to punch a ticket to the playoffs. Top 4 in the standings get in. There's the breakout star, Stephen McBride.
Such a great route. Great job on that comeback. Driving, getting your chin over your toes, coming back downhill. Luis Perez throwing with anticipation. I'm looking forward to them getting Mr. McBride the football more. He had a big game last week. Featured a guy that's hungry and wants it.
Go ahead, go. Go ahead.
Kylan James motions out, comes back to Perez's left side.
Ready to go. Hut.
Pressure in his face, got hit, and was looking for James in an emergency situation. Dangerous pass.
I'll tell you what, Rashard Lawrence has been an absolute problem defensively for this offensive line. I mean, he's splitting 2 people on that one to get pressure on Luis Perez and force that errant throw. This is St. Louis offense that had 33 yards before the last drive. They had 58 on the last drive and had a good start there, but Rashard Lawrence now coming off the field. We're going to have to contend with him when he comes back on.
Empty formation.
And some movement, a flag down, false start.
61, yes.
False start, offense number 61. 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
And that's Mike Panashuk, standout center that's been a mainstay in the middle of this O-line.
He's the center. He's the guy who knows when the snap count is, and even he flinched sometimes.
It's a veteran, too. I mean, he is one of the staples of this football team, one of the leaders on this team. That's tough, and they've had to sort of scale back on the differentiating snap counts with Luis Perez. I talked to A.J. Smith about that before the game and said, yeah, we've had to kind of scale back a little bit because they jumped a couple times last week.
Howard with the carry. Howard gets a big fella block, and it's St. Louis into the red zone.
We've seen that before, guys. You want to use that to your advantage, those snap counts, to try to get the defense on their heels a little bit, and not able to do that as much for St. Louis. But here, running the football is going to open it up, Roddy.
Yeah, and they caught Houston in a tackle twist. The two tackles crossing, and the offensive line does a nice job of sorting it out. We actually had one of the defensive linemen almost run right by Jarvion Howard, expecting it to be a pass in that situation, and they get a third and manageable out of it.
St. Louis went a 4 on third down. One catch for Akeem Butler, top of the screen. Going that way. Big 8-8. Got it! Incomplete.
Well, first off, I like the decision. You know, it's one-on-one coverage on the outside. And does Akeem Butler get one of those feet in? No, it looks like both of them come down on the line. A nice job by Amir Speed of just gently nudging the receiver as the ball's in the air. But that's why you go to Akeem Butler. He can come down with those at times just a little too close to the sideline.
That's me, bro.
A little bit better body awareness by Akeem Butler, although that's tough. That's just a tough one. Ball kind of takes him there.
Here's Ahmed from 36 yards out. And that is good. So St. Louis is on himself with offense. Johnny Manziel's head coach at Texas A&M. Prolific offenses at the University of Houston. And now as this season has gone on, a Houston offense that's starting to come to life. Second straight very good first half for this Gamblers team.
Yeah, they've been opportunistic. Last week they took advantage of opportunities. Had a couple of timely drives and were able to get the win despite not a ton of production offensively, only 200 yards total. Especially in that second half, they had a really tough time. But so far in this first half, 117 yards and some missed opportunities as well. I mean, John Rice Plumbley had an opportunity to extend a drive, missed it down near the goal line. So I think Houston's feeling good about their production so far.
And despite the fact you see the 3-5 record for the Gamblers, it came into this week, and this game specifically still alive for the playoffs as well. Here's the return to the 30-yard line by Lawrence Keys III. Underdecker's third game back, returning from an injured shoulder. He suffered on the second drive of week number 2. And the Gamblers have the edge when it comes to rushing yards, 71-24. That's been something this team is doing a lot more than other teams in the league.
Yeah, and they've been able to hit some big plays with Marcus Yarns. And now John Rice Plumbley back in the game, maybe trying to take advantage of his running ability, especially on some of that option stuff. Zone read comes into play as well.
So lower the shoulder on a run his first drive. Fake pitch coming back to the man in motion, and that's complete. The comeback inside to the 30-yard line for John Trey Kirkland, the do-it-all from LSU.
They got 2 down here.
Good. All right, here we go.
Okay.
All right, bring him over. Bring him over. Bring him over. Hey!
Second and 10.
Do you want to go Wilson push out of 10?
The will.
Yeah, that's fine.
3 tackles.
We'll go 10 personnel.
And that is Taylor Stallworth, who is down, defensive tackle out of South Carolina. 58 games in his NFL career. Last played with the Titans in 2023, looking at his left knee.
It was a collision with Leonard Payne, big defensive tackle who read it well, got outside, was pursuing the ball. He falls into the leg of Taylor Stallworth. Just hope that the big fella's all right. Those are scary for any player anytime you get a body around your lower extremities when you're running, but good to see Stallworth walking off the field.
You know, sometimes being a big guy, that scares you more than anything. That friendly fire. But I love his pursuit to the football, never giving up on the play.
Do you consider yourself a big guy, Harry?
Depends on what we're talking about. Are we talking about attitude? Talking about confidence? Of course.
You got that dog in you.
Got that dog.
You got that dog.
Tell him, Harry.
You have that bone.
Just like T.I. said, 5'9", with the soul of a 6'4" football player.
Who are you going to call?
I know a way to clean it up. The Ghostbusters.
Harry Douglas. Gamblers back to the ground, maybe a yard for Marcus Yards. Neil Farrell out of LSU at the stop. It's a fabulous defensive front for St. Louis with multiple players that have long NFL resumes.
And you can see by the production why they've been in the league. And now with John Rice Plumbley, they're going to have to contain the quarterback. Plumbley has not been super effective through the air in this game, only having completed 2 of his 4 passes, but his legs are a huge, huge weapon.
We'll have to throw here. Tamopenu, no. Carlos Davis inside pressure, no. But look at the wheels. Look at the acceleration from Bro Jackson.
Well, Carlos Davis absolutely demolishes the offensive line up the middle, but watch Peter Dalmoe-Penu, who spins inside and loses contain. And that's what allows John Rice Plumbley to get outside. And once he's out there on the perimeter, I don't know that there's a better athlete at the quarterback position in this league than John Rice Plumbley.
Last 2 years on the practice squad with the Pittsburgh Steelers. This just his 3rd week playing with the Gamblers. And slipping through a tackle is Kirk Merritt. Kirk Merritt, another player with NFL experience, 8 games over 4 years, last with the Saints in 2023. Plumbley, though, did a little bit of everything between Ole Miss and UCF. Nearly 6,000 passing yards and more than 2,500 right of the UFL. The final game before we turn the page to the final week of the regular season. And the Houston Gamblers doing it on the ground to help establish a 9-3 lead over St. Louis, trying to make it back-to-back weeks with wins against the Battlehawks. Hunter Deckers started off the scoring with a fabulous scramble play off a low snap with a touchdown to Javonte Payton. John Hoyland added a 28-yarder, made it 9-0. St. Louis has responded with a field goal. Battlehawks need a win to get in the UFL playoffs. Orlando, DC have secured 2 of the 4 positions. On the ground, yet again, the spin, and still up is Kirk Merritt for the first down.
They have had a lot of success with that outside zone look, cutting it back to the backside. The big run by Marcus Yarns earlier in the game was one of those where they wrapped the tackle, and Houston's averaging 10.5 yards per play on first down today. I'd say that's pretty good.
Opening drive, they crossed the 50, went backwards, still had to go for it on 4th down. Could not convert. Throwing a little bit behind Lawrence Keys, but Keys comes
money. Line up, money. Let's go. Spontaneous, fast, money.
Why does it take forever to spot the dog? Second 3.
Eric Price, the OC, is Pop's Mike Price, longtime college head coach. Plumbley felt Tamopenu. He didn't get him, but Travis Feeney does. Flags are down as a UW Husky came crashing down on Plumbley.
I don't know which one it was. Okay.
Foul, face mask, tackling player of the defense, number 57. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot includes an automatic first down.
Well, that's actually 56. There is no 57. Travis Feeney.
You get away from Peter Dalmoe-Penu. Travis Feeney's there waiting, hand just a little too high, and Houston gets bailed out there. Now with great field position, 2 timeouts. Going to be just shy of the 25-yard line.
How big do you feel this drive is?
I think it's really big. I mean, St. Louis gets the ball first in the second half. So you're able to score here. Helps put that pressure on that St. Louis offense.
Everybody coming for St. Louis. Ball is out. Plumbley got rocked by Trey Dean III. There's an injured Gambler offensive lineman.
They went cover 0, all-out blitz.
And did Houston recover this? Houston did recover. As Gareth Warren, the starting right guard, is the injured Houston player.
Well, it works to perfection. You get the tackle going here. The offensive line is working there, as is the running back. And the blitz just comes right inside in the B gap. Trey Dean absolutely drills John Rice Plumbley, and Houston's fortunate to get this ball back. It's just a really nice job overloading the protection, sending too many players for Houston to be able to pick up. John Rice Plumbley has to know that, though, and find somewhere to get the ball out quickly or sail it over the outside receiver's head.
I agree with you, Roddy. Like, at the quarterback position, your antennas always have to be up. Especially when we just spoke about before the play was even snapped, how it was a pivotal moment for St. Louis in their defense, and then also for Houston in their offense, because St. Louis gets the football coming out of halftime. I just thought the quarterback position really let them down on that play, and now you have an injured offensive lineman to add to it.
Cole, what's an offensive lineman even seeing when there's that much pressure?
Well, the problem is our nation's epidemic showed its true colors right there with slide protection. You're never going to get things picked up for more than a second and a half, 2 seconds when you do that. So it's a great read by this St. Louis defense of having the understanding of the protection being slid away from the back, which is what happened. So you show the protection, you show the pressure one way, they slide it, you bring it from the other way and get them outnumbered. But that's the price you pay for not trying to sort it out.
As you can tell, Cole's a big fan of slide protection.
I'm learning that. I am figuring that out. There's Hunter Deckers watching on the sideline, engineered the lone touchdown drive for Houston. This is the second drive for John Rice Plumbley. And he's backed up, 2nd and 19. Houston recovered that fumble on the strip set. Marcus Yarns, another big play to the 20-yard line. And Yarns has been a focal point of this offense, showing why he is most explosive running back in the UFL by yards per carry, #1 in the league.
It's really just nicely designed play. The motion across the formation had a couple of defenders out of position.
Plumbley to throw, picked off. St. Louis takes it away. Michael O.J. Mudia, the former 3rd-round pick by the Broncos out of Iowa, takes it away.
I thought this might have been tipped, but you're going to get O.J. Mudia right here and just takes advantage of the overthrow. Initially, the way the ball came out, it looked like just the trajectory of it looked weird, but I don't think anybody touched that. I think it was just a poor overthrow, and I was just about to comment on how John Rice Plumbley has not been proficient through the air. This is a situation where you're going to have to throw the ball. And it was great to start the drive, but at some point you need the guy who can throw it in the game. Hunter Deckers has been that guy, and it ends up costing the Houston Gamblers rolling the dice with John Rice Plumbley.
See how aggressive St. Louis will be in the final 26 seconds. They do have all 3 timeouts and their challenge. Battlehawks will get the ball to start the second half. Quickly to the sideline and complete to James Bostic. Cole.
Michael O.J. Mudia had that interception. #1, why is everybody on the sideline asking you if you can catch or not?
I be jumping routes, but they don't think I can catch. This is my first one. I mean, I've been playing good, but the Lord just gave me an opportunity so I can grab it.
Take me through what you saw, what you read on the play.
Shit, 2 guys was open.
861, I want
He just threw it and wherever, and I just grabbed
861.
it. I mean, it's just an opportunity, and we had pressure.
Return.
Thank you.
Return.
Now trying to cash in, which has been a problem for St. Louis. They're getting the takeaways, not doing a good job this season, turning them into points. McBride just hauled down by Damon Arnett by the neck.
First down.
Stephen McBride was probably a little fortunate there. He looked like he was fighting for yardage up the field, and then Damon Arnett on the tackle gets him out of bounds to stop the clock and preserve the timeouts.
Played with the Texans in 2 games last season. Most of those snaps, special teams. 3rd and 1.
Denver. Viper, ready to go.
Howard, room to roll, through 1. And the second tackle attempt finally brings him down, but he's broken the 40-yard line. 20 yards for Jarvion Howard.
Well, you can hear the check at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be off the right side of that offensive line. There's not enough people in the box for Houston to defend or run, so they just hand it off. Jarvion Howard gets a nice gain. Now with 9 seconds left, 2 timeouts, you can still use the middle of the field on something quick to try and get in position for either a closer field goal. I don't think Houston or St. Louis would be that aggressive if they were to get close and try and go for it, but trying to get in position for
let's go
for a field goal.
Yep. We're going 91, but be alert for the check.
Cole, how much command and freedom does Perez have right now?
I talked to A.J. Smith on the field before this drive, and he said we're doing a little bit of old school, how mummy Mike Leach, as far as the play calling is concerned. Any run play is called by Luis Perez. He said, I call the pass plays, Luis called all the run plays. So nice job there by the quarterback.
Hey, you got an option. You got an option when you get up.
It's a nice job, as you said, Cole. The maturity, knowing they've got the timeouts, they can pop a run.
Ready to go.
9 seconds, 2 timeouts. Battlehawks looking for at least 3. Perez looking for Butler, one-on-one. Butler got it! Butler into the end zone. His knee was down. He was not touched, got right back up, and that's how you turn around a stagnant offense.
Much to this. Hakeem Butler run deep, and let's see if we can make a play. And Kerry Vincent, who did such a nice job a week ago, just gets big man. He's tossed right by as he contacts the receiver. Hakeem Butler shows off the strength, and then hands, the awareness. Touchdown has been confirmed. And how about this? St. Louis with an opportunity after the interception to take the lead and get the ball first in the second half.
Playoff spot on the line for the Battlehawks. Need a win here tonight to secure the spot. Here's the 1-point attempt by Ahmed. And it's a timeout for Houston.
Just have a timeout there, Marcus.
Just a timeout,
For whatever reason, Perez and Butler had struggled through the previous couple of weeks getting on the same page. What can one play like that do?
Well, I think it's more the attitude. I mean, we saw the one-on-one shot to Hakeem Butler earlier in the game where he wasn't quite able to stay in bounds. But it's an attitude. They had opportunities with one-on-one coverage last week, and it was similar to that, where any other receiver you think, man, he's covered. I'm not throwing him the ball. But the chemistry between Luis Perez and Hakeem Butler, a lot of that comes from trust and trusting that the receiver, if you throw it up, he's going to make you right by going and making a play. And that was one of the things that A.J. Smith told us this week. Sometimes if 88's one-on-one, just got to throw him the ball, see what happens.
Most contested catches in the UFL this season. Ricky Prohl knows a thing or two about making tough catches. Made that the name of his game, and a long storied NFL career in that receiver spot. St. Louis for the lead for the first time tonight. For the first time in 2 weeks, St. Louis has a lead over the Houston Gamblers.
What a turn of events. Certainly in that Houston locker room, they're going to be talking about the planet quarterback.
Hakeem, what do we call that route right there?
Get open, throw the 88.
Told me before the game you said you could play anything. Could you have played corner on that last route against yourself?
I mean, if it's me versus me, I'll probably let me win. So, you know, it's a dub either way.
Thank you.
Coming to the Madden playbook before you know it. Get open, throw to 88.
I absolutely love it. Kerry Vincent just not big enough. Saw the knee was down, but wasn't touched when that knee was down. Kerry Vincent was lobbying for the pass interference.
You ready?
Third touchdown of the season for Hakeem Butler. One of the most prolific players in Iowa State history and the leading receiver in terms of yards in UFL history. And that changed quickly. Keep in mind, St. Louis will get the football to start the second half. Keys to the 28-yard line, and that will take us to halftime. St. Louis takes the late lead.
So, I mean, we'll see, but you listen to Pam and watch the first half, I think points are going to be at a premium.
Houston has been an underdog in every game this season. Latulis, with the return, gets to the 21-yard line where he is upended. The Houston defense, it was a good start until about the final 5 minutes.
It really was. I mean, they had done a nice job of creating penetration in the backfield, not letting St. Louis get the run game going. And a lot of it was on that defensive line. They tackled well in space and did a nice job in the pass game as well. A lot of it because Rashard Lawrence was able to create some pressure. Thing is, you give up a couple big plays. They gave up the big run on the last drive of the second half. They even punched the ball out earlier when St. Louis was driving.
Here's Akeem Butler, screen, and big Akeem Butler to the 28-yard line. Charlie Thomas out of Georgia Tech with the stop. So this is a Gamblers defense that is playing better the past few weeks. Second best in scoring defense. They have enough to shut down Luis Perez, however.
The big fella in the middle, if they're not able to contain him, Rashard Lawrence, 90 in the middle of your screen, has been a terror.
Had a sack in the first half against Perez. Can't get through the double team here. He's going to get Perez again and cut Perez down after picks up a couple of yards, 3rd and short.
And you see early on defensively what I talked about coming out of halftime. Marvin Sanders, they want to know what Jakir Pearson is. Luis Perez wanted to go to him on that play, but backside was a defender waiting on him to either cut that route off or deliver a blow to him.
It was a nice job passing it off. There was pressure from Malik Fisher. It's actually a good job of Luis Perez making it 3rd and short.
St. Louis trying to join Orlando and D.C. as teams that have booked tickets to the UFL postseason. Perez calls a timeout.
St. Louis has called their first charge timeout of the half. It's 30 seconds in length. Hey, they're going 0. Tell that, right? Hey, listen up. Hey, fuck, Buster would be fucking money right now. Buster would be.
I got you. No,
what? Yeah. Yeah.
They call him the Spring King.
I'm gonna yell some bullshit like, they're going 0, they're going 0. Call early. Ready? And then ready to go. So they're not getting turbo. Oh, wait.
Here, Luis Perez.
All right, here we go. Ready?
Talking about the cadence pre-snap, saying he's going to give some what sounds like dummy signals or dummy calls.
Ready to go? Hey, they're going 0. They're going 0. They're going 0.
What's the point of this, Roddy?
Ready to go?
To settle that. No tush-push in the UFL. Perez would have to do it on his own. Stonewalled, maybe even back a foot. Malik Fisher, feared pass rusher, pulls up inside.
So we're trying to catch Houston's defensive line off guard by checking, but it was a little too obvious. There's no push up front. Good job submarining by that Houston defensive line so that they couldn't get anything up the middle. Luis Perez is trying to bounce it to the outside, but I mean, obviously the point was to run a quarterback sneak, and nobody was fooled.
At all. So sets up a punt for Ryan Sandberg out of Stanford and Texas. And this is a bomb inside the 15. Justin Hall looking for some green. And St. Louis brings it down at the 32-yard line. Harry.
He's going to let that go.
I'm here with head coach Kevin Sumlin. Coach did a great job running the football in the first half, over 100 yards. From a quarterback perspective, you played 2 guys. What's the plan in the second half?
Well, Decker's got a shoulder, it's stiffened up on him. So we'll see if we can get it loosened up, but we're going to go back with John Reese right now.
Sounds good, Coach.
All right, thanks.
That makes a little bit more sense. Decker's left week 2 early in the game with a shoulder injury. Has just been back for 3 weeks now. So John Rice Plumbley, who's only been on the Houston roster, playing for 3 weeks now. Looks like he's going to be the quarterback of the moment.
I mean, Kevin Sumlin said in that interview, we'll see if we get it loosened up. I mean, it's figured halftime would have been the time to see if you could loosen that thing up, but it looks like it's going to be John Rice Plumbley for the rest, at least of this drive. I mean, we'll see if Hunter Deckers, who's still suited up, ends up coming back in the game.
It's chilly in that locker room, Ronnie. We've got the humidity out here outdoors.
It's true.
Plumbley looking run all the way, then throws late. Marcus Yarns.
Well, they motioned Yarns out of the backfield. He ends up there, and just as everybody's pursuing this way, he just sneaks up the sideline. And if John Rice Plumbley gets a better throw, I mean, it's going to be a foot race to the end zone. Yarns has nobody in front of him. I mean, they get a big gain because he puts it on the belly of the receiver. If that ball's a little higher, Yarns is still running.
Yards to carry. Keep in mind, too, with this Houston offense, they do have two different styles, because even before Deckers went down with an injury, it was Hunter Deckers and Nolan Henderson battling at that quarterback spot, with Henderson more the playing style of a Plumbley.
Yeah, John Rice Plumbley, athletically, though, gives you a little bit more enhancement, although we have not seen the proficiency passing that we have from any of the other Houston quarterbacks this year. So in passing situations, when they drop back to throw it, thing for St. Louis is keeping John Rice Plumbley in the pocket.
Plumbley floats it up, looking for Moreno. Cropper, he's got him. Cropper to the 5-yard line. 27 yards.
Michael Ojemudia has his eyes in the backfield as Jalen Moreno Cropper just kind of runs right by him. And John Rice Plumbley does a nice job of just putting the ball up in the air and letting Jalen Moreno Cropper go and get it.
Merritt dancing to the end zone. He is in. Kirk Merritt caps his scoring drive. Houston takes the lead back on its opening possession after the defense held strong against Ricky Prohl's offense to start.
They get on the line quick, and you could see Peter Dalmui-Penu having to respect John Rice Plumbley's legs, and then when he sees Plumbley doesn't have the ball, tries to crash down hard, ball gets bounced. Now Houston, after getting in the end zone, looks like they're going for two.
The last 5 two-point conversion attempts league-wide have all failed coming into week 9. Plumbley lost it. St. Louis has it. Well, they try to take it the other way for points. No. And that wipes out the conversion attempt. But Houston takes the lead. It was set up on the 44-yarder by the
Shell Energy Stadium. Quarterback for the Houston Gamblers, John Rice Plumbley. Great job, 44-yard completion to your wide receivers. What did you see on that play?
Yeah, Crop had man-to-man. He's a very talented receiver, and so we wanted to give him a one-on-one shot, and he went and got it.
So your safety on defense came over there, Major Burns,
yep,
and gave you a pep talk at halftime, and also joked that you look just like Garrett Nussmeier.
He always keeps saying that. He's funny, man. He's a great teammate, obviously a great player. Excited to keep watching the ball today.
Thanks, bud.
Yeah, thanks so much.
I want to know how often that happens. Safeties picking up their own quarterback. It certainly works. Here's Latulis from his 10. And Latulis still going. He's going to end up around the 30-yard line. Enjoy the audio blitz.
Ready to go. Hut. Hey, 90, Owen, ready? FS check, 90 FS check. Ready to go. Broncos, here we go. Viper, ready to go. Come on.
The center, 61. Center, 61.
False start. Offense number 61. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down. Hey. No, no. Hey, flip 52. I want ready. Flip 52. Ready to go. Hut, hut. You had it? Out! Nobody over there. Hey, away, away. Ocean 11, I want ready. Ocean 11, Ocean 11, go, go now. There you go. I know, come on. Liz, Liz, Liz. Ready to go. Hut, hut. Okay, that's not safe. Okay. Hey, that's a play.
Let's go, I need you, team. Let's go. Here we go, here we go. Spread, hey, spread right. 53, X Indiana. Spread right, 53, X Indiana. He can't spread right, Shelly.
No.
He can't, yeah,
52,
he can't.
ready?
We haven't ran spread 2x2 X
50.
Indiana in
10 seconds.
52. Let's go. Viper, Viper! Ready to go!
Left hash, 3rd and 1. Left hash, 3rd and 1.
Yeah.
Left hash, 3rd and 1. Had to go for it twice.
Blue. Read the end. Trace right, Y slow-mo, Broncos punch out spacing. Read the end. Trace right, Y slow-mo, Broncos punch out spacing.
You got it? Why,
it's 3rd and 1. He has to really attack this.
Trace,
It's
white
3rd
slow-mo.
and 2. Well, now it's 1.
Punch out, space.
12 seconds.
Punch out, yep. Right here, no, not now. Ready to go. Hut, hut. Hey, Denver, strong right. Denver punch. Y'all ready? Cloud, Cloud. Ready to go. He might come. Heat. Hut, hut. They boomed him? Look at this go.
Dime! Let's go, orange, 4 read, orange, 4 read. Hey, read the backside. Don't let 3 go across you.
Ready to go. Hut, hut.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, stay down, stay down, stay down. Stay down, stay down.
3rd down.
Okay, here.
Okay, we're gonna go 2.
That is Mike Panashuk, starting center for St. Louis. Slow to get up, and now working his way off the field. Spencer Rowland will come in off the bench.
Hey.
3 straight years, all UFL or all XFL for Panashuk out of Michigan State.
Trips left, you got a flat. Oh, hold on. Oh, D's. 861. 861. On one, ready? Ready to go. Hut, hut. red.
Go flag.
Hey, ball security. Tampa Lizard on one, ready? You, right, you? No. Ready to go. Hut, hut.
Go fast. Okay, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go. Black pop, red 4. Black pop, red 4. This is the split zone with Sal. Be ready.
Hey, strong left. Broncos front, don't worry.
Did you see what happened? Okay, hey, they're gonna crack the backside. Cloud. Cloud.
Ready to go.
Safety, you gotta get in the fit. Safety if they split.
Hut, hut.
Okay, they're trying to set it up. Back out, back out, back out.
So a couple of huge plays by Kylan James out of the backfield for St. Louis, putting him inside the red zone. The latest 25-yarder by James, and it's now 2nd and 8.
Here, the defense coordinator for Houston, Marvin Sanders, telling them exactly what they were going to get and giving the safety a reminder, hey, if they run that split zone play, that tight end goes away from you with the zone, you got to get in the fit. Nice job.
Perez to throw. Here's James. The one-on-one. Slips through and almost tippy-toed into the end zone, forced out at the 2-yard line.
Guys, St. Louis will be down to Court Pearson, wide receiver as well, heading to the locker room. Overheard him saying he needs an IV now before he and one of the trainers went inside.
Hot and humid as it typically is this time of year in Houston, Texas. 12th play of the drive. 3rd down. St. Louis needs to get about the 1-yard line. Can we have a trick play here? Yep, here comes Jackson from the Wildcat. And Jackson will give it up. James got the first down, got the end zone for the touchdown. A 12-play scoring drive by the Battlehawks.
What an answer by the Battlehawks.
Well, it's a little bit of a zone read, but the ability of Kylan James to just avoid the defender in the backfield and then power into the end zone. The stocky running back able to get across the goal line and set up a situation where St. Louis is up by 1. They'll go for 2.
And Ryder, Eugene Asante, the linebacker, read it perfectly. You just have to make that tackle in the foxhole.
2-point conversion from the 2-yard line.
Hey, Broncos, 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 Broncos. Viper, Viper, ready to go.
Howard's the running back. Howard gets the rock and is in with a 2-pointer and a mighty spike. The running backs, phenomenal for St. Louis on this drive.
Yeah, I mean, before the touch.
15, back here live at Houston. I'm with Battlehawks. Wide receiver turned into quarterback on that last play. What was the call?
When we got out there and we had some communication errors with the headset. So when we got out there, I just knew, inside zone, our guys versus their guys with our front O line and our running backs. I knew we could punch it in and get it. So I just got to it, called it, and just got in.
So hold on, you called the touchdown. Did you move Perez out, or was that part of the play?
So we had called the formation for him to go out, and then the headsets that went out. So I just knew, the game plan, what plays we have out of that. And I just went ahead and went with the most basic thing.
And everybody says wide receivers are not unselfish. You handed the ball off right there. You're a Houston native. You got about 100 people in attendance. Where's your squad at?
So I got family all up right here. They're all in this section right here. Family, friends. I grew up. All right here. Yeah.
There we go.
My family right here. I got some people over here as well. But I went to Dobie High School, 20 minutes down the street in Sagemont, South Houston. The head coach and athletic director for Dobie High School is here as well, Coach Fitzmaurice. And yeah, man, it's good to be back in the city.
It's good to do it at home, huh?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Blake.
Appreciate you.
Well, guys, we talk a lot of times about the why for a lot of these players, what keeps them going. Blake Jackson is a 32-year-old former D3 quarterback, that at this point, the chances of getting an invite to camp is looking dim. But that guy has ended up being a really good spring football player.
People are here for different reasons. Some are trying to get to the next level, the NFL. Some just love putting on the pads and the camaraderie and the competition. Let me tell you, once it's over, so enjoy it for as long as you can.
How about the fact he gets to that formation, they can't get a play call in, and he just calls the play?
See, it's a good quarterback, former quarterback. Just hand it to the running back.
Well, former quarterback, guys, okay? He is now a wide receiver. All right, let's go to the wide receiver world. Those guys are extremely smart.
Yeah.
They're Johnny on the spot.
Yeah.
They make plays.
Okay. Yeah. You're laying it on a little thick now.
Harry ain't handing that ball off.
Good looking? Is good looking part of it? No.
Most definitely.
Swagger, for sure.
Swag out of this world.
Here's the Delaware blue hen, Marcus Yarns to the left side. Yarns has been a star. He is creeping up on 90 yards in this game. Hard to imagine, only got the rock twice in the win against St. Louis last week. Houston trying to go back-to-back against the Battlehawks. St. Louis needs a win to get into the playoffs. Two teams have secured spots. Only 4 get in, and Orlando and DC the first to punch tickets. Here's a 3rd and 6.
Big third down, too.
John Rice Plumbley gonna roll the pocket and is brought down. Levante Bentley looked like he was shot out of a cannon. Heat seeking for the former Colorado Buff.
He just reads this thing, and as Plumbley sprints out, he just beats him to the spot. The speed of John Rice Plumbley has been on display a lot, and they're trying to get him an easy read, get him outside away from the pressure or the potential pressure, and Levante Bentley runs him down, showing that sideline to sideline ability.
Played for Deion Sanders at Colorado, and with that stop, it means that A.J. Smith is going to have another chance to call plays, who will be the quarterback coach for Deion Sanders at Colorado next season. Here's Sean Fresh out of Rice and out of room. Here's Akeem Butler, wired up.
I know Frank don't know the words. I know you don't know the words. I did my job. Yo, you act like I was like a rat on The Sopranos just now. Like he looked so disappointed in me. Like you went fed on me.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Damn! Jump!
He's having some fun and becomes the first player in league history with more than 1,500 career receiving yards. Had a season-low 26 last week. He is back. He's a focal point of this offense. 3 catches, 51 yards, big touchdown late in the first half as well.
Targeted him 5 times so far. If I'm St. Louis, you're finding at least 3 or 4 more times to target 88.
Latoul is now the running back. After that touchdown drive was running back engineered. Butler cannot secure that. And it's second down. Harry, when you look at the details with an Akeem Butler, what are NFL teams looking at?
I'll say they want him to be more consistent. Stay injury-free, be consistent in your play, right? Don't be like a yo-yo up and down. We've seen the great catch right before halftime, contested for a touchdown. But then even though that slant was just behind him, I still expect Akeem Butler to make that play as a big-body wide receiver.
Perez, and that's behind Butler. Can't secure that. Is that a catchable ball, Harry?
Well, that's going in traffic. It's low. You have guys backside waiting on you to decapitate you. So I'll give him a pass on that one. But, you know, that slant on the previous play, I expect him to make that catch 9 times out of 10.
It was a 4th-round pick by the Cardinals in 2019. Had a broken thumb, forcing him to miss his entire rookie year. He's only had 30 career NFL snaps. All but one of those on special teams. 3rd and 10, Perez glanced that way. Back to the middle of the field, and sitting down to secure the catch is James Bostic. This is a St. Louis team razor thin at tight end after losing Tyler Neville last week.
James Bostic's right here, and he kind of hooks up, but the throw takes him away from the coverage. It's a really nice job by Luis Perez of throwing the ball to the open space where he can fade away from the defender and throwing the receiver open. It's pretty good coverage down the field by Charlie Thomas, but it's the throw that beats the coverage. Really nice job by Luis Perez.
Enormous conversion for St. Louis, holding on to the 3-point lead. Final seconds of the third quarter. Boston in motion. Into the gut of Latulis. Latulis shakes free. Stiff arm. He's ready for a fight to the 35-yard line. Kevon Latulis. St. Louis, much like he did in his debut in the XFL when he was traded from Arlington. From Vegas to Arlington and led Arlington to a championship. That is not the type of play they were looking for to start off the fourth quarter. Picked off. Major Burns had one taken away from him. Now he has back-to-back intersections and back-to-back wins.
All right, you're going to have to watch two things. One is Major Burns, and the other is Luis Perez. As he looks this way, Major Burns stays on the hash, but when Luis Perez goes that way, Major Burns breaks on the ball. So the eyes of Luis Perez take Major Burns to the ball, and it's just a beat too late and then underthrown. And Major Burns does a nice job playing center field as that safety, that deep safety in the middle of the field. When Luis Perez looks back to the left, he breaks on the ball, and then a poorly thrown ball ends up in an interception.
Perez doesn't like that wave. Saw it last week. And Burns now with 4 picks this season, tied for the most in the league. What a wild game. It was a 9-0 lead for Houston. St. Louis came back late in the first half to take a 10-9 edge to the half. Randall Cropper had the 44-yarder to set up Kirk Merritt to make it 15-10. And then St. Louis responded with the touchdown drive to make it 18-15. There's Herron.
Yeah, I'm here with Major Burns. Deja vu. You had one last week. You got one this week. What did you see on that play to get the interception?
The whole week, man, we just been studying this guy's eyes. He looked one way, go the other way, so I seen that. They got one over there before half, and I promised myself if I was in the post, that wasn't gonna happen again.
All right, so I have a surprise for you. You told me your quarterback looks just like Garrett Nussmeier. Look at this screen beside you. Does he look just like him? Right here.
Yeah, he looks just like, hey, if you watching this, Garrett, shout out to my boy. But he looks just like you, fool.
Major Burns, y'all.
Hey, all glory to God.
Ball is out late. St. Louis says they've got it. Waiting a signal on the field. We don't have one yet.
You have a knee down. You have a knee down.
The clock is running. Backing.
He's down. So it's second.
What do you have?
Third down.
You have a ruling is he's down with prior to losing possession. Okay, so if the ball is loose and it's recovered, it's other. Okay.
Did he ever lose contact?
Okay.
Did he ever lose contact?
Ruling on the field, the runner was down prior to losing possession. First down.
So Kirkland made the catch and was down before losing it.
Mike Pereira's going to look at this because I think this ball is out. See the punch of the football. That thing's moving and is well out before the backside of John Trey Kirkland hits the ground. And there is a clear and obvious recovery by St. Louis. Or excuse me, an immediate recovery by St. Louis. I think this is going to be overturned.
Can they not hear me? Oh, there we go. Okay, you want to make sure now we have a ruling of a catch and down by contact, correct? Okay, the ball is out. The ball is out. No progress ruled, and the ball is out before he gets to the ground. And there is a clear recovery by St. Louis. So we're going to make this a change of possession play, and we'll give you the recovery spot. 46 going in is the spot of the recovery.
Defense at the 46-yard line, first down St. Louis.
After review, the ruling is the runner was down. The runner lost possession prior to being down. St. Louis had a clear recovery. First down St. Louis at the 46-yard line.
Jordan Williams, the former Baylor star, forced it out.
It's a great job. The runner is secured, and so as the second defender to get there, if you see the ball, you punch at it. You can see the fist of Jordan Williams going straight for that football. He ends up with the recovery as well. It's a really nice individual play by Jordan Williams, seeing the ball, punching it out, and being able to hop on it.
Cole, what do you got?
I got Jordan Williams right here. Punch that ball loose. How much do you guys actually practice that punch?
Man, we start every day, man. Coach Gans has us out there punching the ball every day, doing tackling drills. So we work this every day. So it's just doing like we're doing the drills.
What's the percentage of you landing those punches as clean as you just did, though?
Man, honestly, that was my first best punch that I've had in a long time, bro. I hit a square on the ball. It just came out, man. Missed the tackle, so I had to come back and make a play.
Perfect. Thanks, Jordan.
Yes, I appreciate you.
Jordan Williams goes Pacquiao style, force it out, which lessens the impact of that major Burns interception. Here's Howard, left side. Gamblers rally to the runner. 1 yard pickup.
You're a Pacquiao guy.
Love Pacquiao.
You're not a Mayweather fan?
If they would have fought in both of their prime, Pacquiao takes him down.
Wow. Oh, no. The defense of Floyd Mayweather was impenetrable, impregnable.
Tough to argue.
They should have fought their pride.
Many reasons why they didn't. That's for another broadcast.
Ready to go.
Here's Perez on 2nd and 8. 3-point lead for the Battlehawks. Sniffing the postseason. And that's a welcome sight as Ja'Cour Pearson got that IV, got the fluids, and he is back. Kevin Sumlin back in the 4th quarter in a tight game. Since week 2, they have not scored a touchdown, getting outscored 34-6.
Only thing you can say is yikes. And yes, Kevin Sumlin, it is terrible.
He's right on time.
I don't know how much America heard of that, but let's just say Kevin Sumlin must have known the graphic was up because he said that's awful. Yeah. In so many words.
Ready to go.
3rd and 2. Perez got it batted down at the line of scrimmage. Big fella, big paw, and it's that man again, Rashard Lawrence out of LSU.
Mama, there goes that man. He's been as disruptive a defensive tackle really all season long. He's been disruptive, but in this game, he has been an absolute terror to the interior of that offensive line, and that time, able to get his hands up and set up a 4th down. You got to find Ja'Cour Pearson and Hakeem Butler. If you are Houston defensively, looks like they're going to go man-to-man across the board with the safety over the top.
No punts because it broke the 50. Perez is flushed. Perez with pressure, underthrows this, and he had the feared Malik Fisher breathing down his neck. Huge 2 straight passes, Cole.
He ain't wrong. I mean, honestly, we've seen them have some success here as the game went on the ground. 2 downs to pick up a couple yards. Offensive line, it shows you they want it on their shoulders.
Hunter Decker's out with a shoulder issue, so it's in the hands of John Rice Plumbley.
Now, Lowell, that takes us back to what we mentioned earlier in the game. A.J. Smith told me Luis Perez is calling the runs.
Yep.
So turn around and talk to your quarterback.
And that I think is where the leaving it to the quarterback can go wrong, because the look has to be perfect. You know, sometimes when you're running the ball and you call those runs, you don't get the perfect picture, but it's not bad enough to make you check to a pass, and you can still have success with those.
Pressure from the secondary, low throw incomplete. Oh man, that pressure came fast as Plumbley was looking for keys.
Plays that you've seen the St. Louis defense bring pressure, and I think they're going to do more of this as this game goes on. They can sit here and say they don't believe John Rice Plumbley can beat them if they blitz him and force him to make decisions.
The issue is when you bring that blitz, you play man-to-man behind it, and the legs of John Rice Plumbley have been his most consistent weapon.
Here goes another blitz.
Backside pressure, Plumbley with the legs. 1st down yardage for John Rice Plumbley out of UCF.
Right on cue, Roddy.
Look, Travis Feeney gets the pressure off the edge and doesn't quite get there, and the lane is wide open on that side because you have to play man-to-man behind when you bring 6 rushers. John Rice Plumbley's able to find just enough space. That's the gamble that you take against this gambler's offense when you decide to bring the blitz.
Just a great job by Kurt Merritt as well. Standing in there, blocking that linebacker, allowing his quarterback to have some space.
Giving some running back some love.
And a heady running back with NFL experience. Marcus Yarn's the ball carrier there. He goes backwards, and Leonard Payne out of Colorado with a stop. But to put the athleticism of John Rice Plumbley in perspective, in NFL preseason games, he has 8 kick returns for 193 yards. And now he's playing quarterback here in the UFL.
Yeah, I like them heating him up from time to time. I think there's opportunities to just drop numbers and make him beat you throwing it.
Quick pass, broke it up. Getting there quickly was A.J. Thomas, the Bronco from Western Michigan.
You ask and you shall receive, Roddy. Exactly what they did on that last play.
And that's the thing, Harry. Like, it just hasn't been consistent enough. We've seen the big play down the field to Jalen Moreno-Cropper, but that was in cover 1 where it's man-to-man on the outside. You drop numbers into zone, and especially if you disguise it pre-snap, John Rice Plumbley has not shown us he's been able to diagnose and deliver.
None of those completions, he's sprint out to the right and happens to dump it over the defense's head.
Keep in mind here on 3rd down, they can't punt because the ball already broke the 50-yard line, and now Plumbley goes backwards. Damone Harris with the sack.
They blitzed him again.
Yes, they did. They said our 1, 2, 3 are better than your 1, 2, 3 on that side, and the pressure gets to John Rice Plumbley very quickly.
They broke the 50 by 2 yards. Since they go backwards 13, this is now 4th and forever. And with the new UFL rule, you cannot punt unless it's inside the final 2 minutes of a half.
So what you're looking for here, you'd love to convert, but what you're looking for here is you're going to delay a game. It's wise of Houston not to waste the timeout, preventing that delay game.
Delay game, offense. Please set the game clock to 8 minutes, 50 seconds. The 5-yard penalty remains 4th down.
But you want to quote unquote punt this as far as you can by just taking something underneath and hoping you can run for enough yardage that you don't give St. Louis great field position. You get somewhere around the 50, the 45, you feel pretty good about the gain on this play.
The game
or
could hinge.
I would say this, Lowell, very quickly. Do you throw an interception deep to a guy? Like, throw it right to a guy.
Deep. Yeah, that's a great point, Eric.
Or does St. Louis just drop it if they get that chance? They're going to go short here, and it's complete to the 44-yard line to Moreno-Cropper. But the yardage gained on that 4th and forever could go a long way to determine the outcome of this game. St. Louis, great field position after that sack.
I don't trust the kickers. Cole has to trust them, though. He needs 5 points in this football game in this half to hit his bet. He bet that both halves would have the same number of points. Got the very football-y number of 19 in the first half. And so now he needs a field goal and a safety. Or maybe we can get some other shenanigans. Actually, that's the only way to get to 5. I can't think of another way to get to 5. 4-point field goal and an extra point, but you need the...
Well, we learned in the break that Cole has all the time in the world for an overtime game, and
it's true.
Maybe
we all do.
A week's worth of overtime.
Except for you. You got to drive back home.
Here's 2nd and 8 for Luis Perez, Spring King, trying to get the Battlehawks in the postseason. There's the go-to man, Butler with the spin. We had a St. Louis offensive lineman lose his lid, and a flag is
hands
down.
to the face, 92. What's the result? A catch?
First down. Catch.
Okay.
Personal foul, illegal hands to the face, defense number 92. That penalty added to the end of the play, 1st down.
That's on Malik Fisher.
I'll tell you what, if St. Louis is able to put it in the end zone on this drive, you have to feel like it's going to be a real uphill struggle for this Houston offense to get 10 points or 9 points. As you see on the right side of your screen, the hands to the face.
And Roddy, I love that play call by A.J. Smith. That was a play they ran. I believe it was on the first drive that they had of the game. That simple 3-step drop, quick game, stick concept. You have a stick by Akeem Butler, that flat by the 2nd receiver, and that go route by the number 1 receiver outside. Just something very simple to get the drive started in the right direction.
Well, Smith learned from Hal Mumme and the late, great Mike Leach. It's no secret. Those coaches love to throw the football. Smith has found a quarterback he can do that with. Perez now has 115 pass attempts in the last 3 games. 38 of them today after throwing it 47 times against Houston last week. They have sprinkled in elements of a ground game as Howard is fighting all the gamblers and is dropped for a loss. As Glendon Miller and Malik Fisher are there.
Going back to your point, Lowell, about Luis Perez. I mean, in the first 2 games, he was under 60% passing in both of them. A week ago, where you mentioned he threw it 47 times, only completed 26 of those passes. But this week, up at 68% in terms of completion percentage, it's been a lot more efficient from the quarterback. And yes, he has the interception, narrowly avoided another interception as a pass interference was called, but it's been a much more controlled game from Luis Perez.
Viper, ready to go.
There's a 2nd 11, high snap. Here's Howard left side with the cut. And Howard, that is tough sledding ahead. Eclipsing the 25-yard line. Former swag star out of Alcorn State. Led that conference in rushing yards back in 2022.
Hey, keep in mind, we heard Sincere Hainsworth, that offensive line, they want it on them.
And the running backs have been running hard in the second half, Cole. I mean, we complimented the tackling of Houston in the first half. A lot of arm tackles these running backs have gotten through.
This is that same situation Sincere was talking about. 2 downs to get 3 yards. Memo was received by A.J. Smith. There's a run, it didn't get much. 4th down. Cole, what are you looking for?
If I'm A.J. Smith, I'm running the football here. The question you ask yourself is, how much do you consider a field goal?
They are mulling it. The offense is kind of mulling around. The special teams is hanging out.
Hurry. No play.
Offense is staying out. 10 seconds on the play clock.
It's going to be a hard count. They're not going to run a play.
Yeah, no flounder is no play here.
Houston does not bite.
And you needed one of those John Gruden counts.
St. Louis has called their first time out of the half.
He was at the Orlando game. You would have loved that. A really hard count. Let's hear what A.J. Smith says in that huddle.
We're taking it, right? Well, when I said let's go for it, you didn't seem like you were too convinced.
Well, it's 2 yards. I think we got a pass.
What do y'all want?
What do you want to do?
Go in it. Rock on, Denver.
Let's go for it.
One time out left hand, you got your challenge.
4th and 2.
We got. Let's go over, Sal. You got it?
You ask the offense, what do you want to do on 4th and 1? You hope the answer is
go for it. When has the offense ever said, send out the kicker?
Yeah, I love that offensive line coach Todd Washington went over there and found Jarvian Howard and said, give it to this guy right here.
First is, what do they go with?
Curveball, ready to go. Ready?
The split zone has been the preferred run play where Sal Cannella crosses the formation.
Biggest play of the game to Howard. Howard with the surge in the 1st down.
Yeah, you're running zone this way, but Sal Cannella comes across, and then right behind it, Jarvian Howard off the quick count. Look at the surge up front of those 2 double teams that they're able to get at the point of attack. So linebackers are caught off guard. It allows the interior of that offensive line to stay on those double teams a little bit longer before peeling off. And after asking, hey, you want to go for it? Ricky Poole received the 1st down.
Did you hear those offensive linemen yelling and looking to the sidelines after that conversion?
Just Sincere Hayward was talking about.
Now just right in the tank that is Jarvian Howard, 5'10", 222, out of Columbia, Mississippi. Playing the clock. playing the scoreboard in the final 4.5 minutes. A win for St. Louis. They join Orlando in DC in the UFL playoffs. It would leave one spot remaining, which will be determined next week in week number 10.
Because of the length of this drive, the next couple plays are must get off the fields for Houston as the clock is winding down.
Back to Howard, no surprise. Jump cut met in the backfield by John Joyner, the Minnesota Golden Gopher.
We mentioned the difficulty that Houston was going to have if St. Louis is able to put it in the end zone on this drive. That becomes even more obvious. Another under 4 minutes.
Okay. Y stick, trips left, 861. Y stick, steam. Y stick, steam. Y stick, steam.
861, let's go.
So you're going to get that wide stick again by Akeem Butler, who's lined up at number 3 in this empty set to the wide side of the football field.
3rd and 7. Perez looking the other way to McBride. The adjustment. Going to get the foot in. Incomplete to Stephen McBride. Roman Perotti in coverage.
You can see Perotti, as he goes up and McBride goes up in the air, that foot comes down just out of bounds. Really nice job by Houston defensively. But Harry, you were all over it. Akeem Butler operating at that wide position. It's usually what you call an inline tight end. He's operating in that position. At number 3 in the formation, he was wide open on that stick route.
All of that for a field goal. Here it is, Ramez Ahmed. It was going to be a 42-yarder until St. Louis converted on 4th down. This now is a 34-yarder.
And Roddy, I would love to see that replay on that 3rd down and see why Perez came off the stick. Did he see something that we didn't see?
I think he just saw one-on-one coverage, Harry. I mean, there's a safety that's shaded. There's a safety over the top on both sides, both slots. And he saw the one-on-one, decided to take a chance.
Enormous playoff pressure kick for Ramez Ahmed. To make it a 6-point lead, it is good. So 2:56 left. With the loss, Houston is done. With the win, St. Louis is in the playoffs, and this has the makings of a classic here in Houston.
I'll tell you what, Pam going Mitchell in overtime. Looking like a real possibility.
Or to go backwards and punt. They go backwards, 4th and forever. Gave St. Louis great field position, held them to a field goal. That's a win. Here's Cole.
All right, I've got kicker Ryan Sanborn getting ready to kick off here right now. You angle the ball, not just flat, but up a little bit one direction. You got to tell us what you're trying to get with this.
So we're trying to hit a little screwball here, just make it tough on the returners, just make it as hard as it can so we can get our coverage team down there and make a play.
Thank you.
Now let's see Cole's speed getting off the field before this thing's kicked.
Yeah, not unless Cole gets to that football first.
I'd say the speed was there, Cole. Nice job, Kublik.
Sanborn kicks it away. Oh, that's right at the 20 and then rolls into the end zone. And you can hear the barking that it was short of the 20, and if it was, that would bring the football out at the 40-yard line. Be interesting to see if this is worth another look. At very close to being right on that chalk.
Let me see, this one's good. It hits the line.
So it hit the 20-yard line, then went out the end zone, so we're going to have a touchback to the 20-yard line.
That's correct.
Got it.
Kevin Sumlin getting the
Really
explanation.
gets the ball hit inside the landing zone, resulted in a touchback. By rule, it's 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
So the landing zone starts at the 20. If it would hit before the 20, it would have come out on the 40-yard line.
It was almost the Kublik jinx there that it landed just short. And I mean, you can see the ball. I mean, it's grazing the line.
Yards.
Grazing's enough.
Some patience and then punches the gas. This game now, Houston offense that has not scored a touchdown in the fourth quarter since week number 2.
They're going to need one. They're going to send this game either to overtime or win it with an extra point, or take the lead with an extra point, I should say.
And doing it without their starting quarterback, Hunter Deckers, out again, re-aggravated a shoulder issue. That's a fine spin by Marcus Yarns, who has been a force tonight, as Yarns is getting close to 100 yards.
And when Hunter Deckers was hurt, he got hurt in that game against DC. They were 1-3 with him out.
Plumbley pulls the tunneling catch, and St. Louis rallies and making it really, really tough on Justin Hall, who comes up with catch number 148, extending the record for the most in UFL history. They'll need a little bit more in the final 2 minutes, facing elimination here in H-Town.
Which is why the first 2 plays of this drive, you've seen Houston run the football and ran it for 106 yards in the first half, did Houston offensively, but St. Louis has buckled down, only 36 yards rushing in the second half.
DC of the Battlehawks, Corey Chamberlain, doing work tonight. 2nd and 7.
Looks like they're going to bring pressure. A lot of guys are on the line of scrimmage.
Plumbley to throw, one-on-one. No flag, as Lawrence Keys was the intended receiver, and Sean Fresh, who has been a stud the past couple of weeks, right there with him.
Well, it's cover 0, which means there's no safety in the middle of the field. One-on-one on a slot fade. And if John Rice Plumbley gets this a little more to the outside, he gives Lawrence Keys a chance. I also think Lawrence Keys could have sold that a little bit more, Harry, fighting back to the ball through the body of the defender.
Yeah, I agree, but if he throws that bad boy outside, you give your receiver a better chance and an opportunity to make that play. But if you're a receiver, you see it's going to be short, try to draw that pass interference call.
Houston eliminated with the loss, movement on the left side. And that's a backbreaker.
Clock's good. Ball start. Offense, number 71. 5-yard penalty. Ranks third down.
So, Ronnie, how do you approach this now? 1:50 left. It's 3rd long. You've got all 3 timeouts. Are you thinking about a 4th down opportunity here, or are you okay playing this safe and punting it away?
If it's 4th and long, I think you have to punt it, rely on your defense. But anything short of that, you know, I mean, anything longer than, I don't know, 6 yards, maybe you're thinking about punting it, but I think you're being aggressive. You're keeping your offense on the field.
Watch out for number 7. Peter Tamalpeno, the ultimate sack threat in the UFL. Wide open on the crosser underneath. It's Moreno Cropper. Cropper's got the first down to the 50-yard line.
I absolutely love Jalen Moreno Cropper putting his foot in the ground and getting up the field and saying, hey, look, if you guys are going to tackle me, I'm going to make you work for it. So we've got a player down. That's Sean Fresh, one of the safeties. So often you see guys, not just receivers, skill position players go in a race to the sideline. He says, nope, I'm getting up the field. I'm going to lower the shoulder and make you tackle. A really nice job on the underneath route, getting the first down.
He's done a great job. 103 yards for Moreno Cropper, giving him 223 receiving yards over the last 3 games. And he is the first player for Houston with a 100-yard receiving game this season. Return man with the Dallas Cowboys this year, showing what he can do as a receiving threat. Houston chasing 6.
Get vertical!
And now cutting inside. Keys does get vertical, breaks the 40-yard line, and the Gamblers are cooking.
St. Louis brings pressure from the field as we've got a defender for the Battlehawks down. It's Michael Ojemudia, man with the interception earlier, but you saw a blitz from the field, And John Rice Plumbley goes the opposite way, where he knows it's going to be man-to-man coverage. Lawrence Keys spinning in. The blitz comes from this way, so Plumbley spits it out that way, where you're going to get man-to-man coverage and force a defender to make a tackle in space. And Lawrence Keys is very shifty, makes a man miss, gets up the field.
I think it's important now for offensive coordinator Eric Price, understanding that they're blitzing your quarterback a lot. So make sure you have blitz answers within your play calls.
I'd love on one of these downs where you're going to get a blitz, as Corey Chamblin has been aggressive. I'd love to see him try and hit a quarterback draw.
Plumbley
split the defense.
Certainly has the wills to do that. Here he carries 29 yards. Lost the throw here. Quick to the sideline and dropped. He was looking for Caden Davis out of Northwest Missouri State.
Having all 3 timeouts allows that option, Ronnie.
Yeah, you can work the middle of the field. You can try and pop a run, whether with the running back or the quarterback. There hasn't been a lot of called quarterback run today. We've seen one on a speed option. Other than that, I can't remember too many other times where they've had a design run for John Rice Plumbley.
No touchdowns for Kevin Sumlin's club since week number 2 in the 4th quarter. Dancing, Plumbley evading pressure, and if Kirk Merritt could have kept his footing, that could have been a big gainer.
Why would you catch that? Yards go. Timeout. Here we go, right here.
Okay, we're going to listen. TC, you good with the Z dig?
Okay. Yeah, I got you.
Then if we go Finn and he sees cover 0, he's going to have to use his cover 0 stuff.
All right.
So, JR, if you can hear me, I'm thinking about this going Finn left off, 27 chunk Z dig. It'll give you some good protection.
You're cutting out.
Finn left off, 27 chunk Z dig. And if they go cover 0, you got to signal those man
Hey, with 11.
11.
11. 11. 11. 11. 11. Got it. 11. 11. 11. Okay.
On the shoulders of John Rice Plumbley. Playing for the Gamblers now for the 3rd straight week. Hunter Decker's out with a shoulder issue. 3rd and 8, a win puts St. Louis in the playoffs. A loss eliminates Houston.
Expect to see a dig from this Z, that slot receiver to the bottom.
Plumbley to the sideline, traffic, intercepted and dropped. Oh no, the Battlehawks had a playoff berth in their hands, but receiving Nomura dropped it.
Well, it's a nice job. He's right there and just drops underneath the route. And you got to complete the play. Almost has it, got the foot in bounds. And to a CV, Nomura almost seals the deal.
4th down for the Gamblers. Does John Rice Plumbley have some action?
Pressure's coming.
And here it is. Plumbley backside, floats it up one-on-one. Keys nearly made the adjustment, nearly made the catch, and that could have knocked Houston out of playoff contention and put the Battlehawks in.
Well, it's man-to-man coverage across the board, and Lawrence Keys is on the slot fade once again. John Rice Plumbley does a much better job getting this to the outside and gives his receiver a chance. Keys just through the hands, isn't able to get them together and bring it in. And
they got some emotions. Running hot on the field.
Back-to-back plays.
Obviously know each other extremely well. 2nd straight week. They've gone head-to-head with Houston winning last week. For the moment, making St. Louis wait to get in the postseason. The Battlehawks win last week also would have secured a spot. Harry.
Yeah, I'm saying back-to-back plays on that Z in. The in route was wide open. I don't know why the quarterback didn't take the Z in. And then on that play, Keys just has to make that catch. That's a perfect throw by the quarterback. You got to make that play, though.
Why are you going challenging roughing the passer on the previous play?
Did you catch that, man?
I did. Okay, he's challenging that the quarterback was roughed by number 9, so we have 2 things to look at. Is it late? No. Is it in the knee area or below? No. So it's not roughing the passer. So we'll deny the challenge.
After review, the challenge is denied. Houston loses the timeout and their challenge for the game. The result plays the first down for St. Louis.
And that's a challenge that Kevin Sumlin has to take right there. Looking for something.
Yeah, with a minute 12 and 2 timeouts. I mean, there's a shot that you could have forced a punt with some time left. Would have been Denver. You know, throwing the ball and lateraling if you even were able to get an offensive playoff. So I'll be wise to just try it, see if you can get it. But Mike Pereira very quickly putting that one to bed.
We're good.
Perez trying to kill the final minute and 12 seconds and put the Battlehawks in the postseason, which has been a frequent destination for this franchise. Let's check in with Harry Douglas.
Yeah, I want to show that 3rd down play again where they had the Z in, and you have this Z right here that's going to go up and he's going to break in. I don't know why the quarterback did not take this in, because it was wide open. As you watch it play out, that in cut right there is wide open. I don't know why he went backside. He got fooled a little bit by the coverage, but this Z in is wide open for a big play.
Well, he got all the intrigue that the UFL was looking for when they decided to go away from conferences and divisions. They wanted playoff drama in the final couple of weeks, and they're getting that. We go into week number 10, the final week of the UFL regular season, with 3 teams clinching spots in the playoffs. That's Orlando and DC. And now, once we get done with this final 47 seconds on the clock, will be Ricky Prohl and St. Louis. And the final spot will come down between Birmingham and Louisville next week.
Louisville has been a dangerous team. We will be in Birmingham. See if Stallions can get it done. But man, what a season it's been. I think we've seen the parity throughout the league. No surprise that the final playoff spot goes down to the last week of the season.
Overcoming an early 9-0 deficit, the Spring King, Luis Perez, is looking for another crown. As the St. Louis Battlehawks punch a ticket to the UFL postseason with a 21-15